I am Nisha B, and I am a chutney soca champion. I started my music career at a very, very young age. I would say between 8 and 9 years old, could be earlier. I literally grew up next to a band room. The band room was here, my bedroom was here. So it was inevitable because I would be hearing the greats, I would call them, practicing, my dad, my uncle, my family members, friends, practicing. And I would listen. And I would tell my mother, I don't want to sleep in my bed. I want to get up and I want to go listen. I want to be like that. And she would say, no, you have to study first before you do anything like that. And every night it was the same thing. Every practice, it was the same. And initially I told myself at a very young age, that is what I want to do. I want to be on stage like my dad. Our family stems years into music. My father, Juvenile Buzzy Bisamber, was a bassist and a singer. The first person I saw on stage singing, which is iconic to me because my father initiated me into singing. He was the one I wanted to be like. And he was the one who taught me word to word, step by step on being a young lady in a business. And also my uncle, Teddy Krishna Bisamber. They pulled me and they were very serious about it. They made me understand the music industry, being a singer, a female singer and an artist is not a joke. There were particular ways you would be on stage and most importantly off stage. So I had a lot of experience growing up with musicians and singers. It was difficult being a girl in a family band, the only girl at that point. I have a sister as well, but she wasn't into music at that point. But it was difficult being the girl because I was very sheltered. Imagine being around your elder brother, then younger brother, uncle, cousins, and father, and surrounded by men who were like uncles to you. So they were always, very protective, overprotective of me, and watching my back, which was great to me, but it was difficult because I felt scared to do certain things, take certain steps. I think it is because of that I still keep myself back, I hold myself back a lot. The restraint is there with me, like whining and getting on bad on a stage, for example, where I didn't grow up doing that. So this is the huge difference with me. I would dance my little Indian dance thing. I learned classical dancing as a child, to be honest. So I think as it was good, it was bad as well. Where it kind of made me feel that ground was touchy for me, but at the same time, it molded me into who I am. So advantages, disadvantages. What I remembered seeing the older band, the diversity of musicians. You would have a saxophone player, you would have all cultures, all races, a team of musicians that were not only East Indian, and the bonding of friendship is what built me, because we grew up with mixed races and all of that. Best friend was Muslim and Christian, and so we were. I grew up next to a church, a Roman Catholic church, the St. Francis Church in Sangre Grande on Bailey Street, and the music part of it came where we were the Indian band in Sangre Grande. So long ago, you would not be getting a lot of chutney. You'd be getting a lot of Indian melodies. You'd be getting a lot of the old songs like Lata Mangeshkar, Muhammad Rafi, Mukesh, very old singers. And this was the replicas of songs that they did. That was their repertoire. And then chutney came along. And when chutney came along, it was my elder brother who would have done chutney soca and stuff like that. And it was new to a community who were accustomed to wearing saris to go to cooker nights and strictly wedding. I know everything has changed and it kept changing. But the flow into chutney soca came years after I joined the band. So I remembered joining the band and strictly performing in a sari, no long skirt, no makeup, hair's not done, but you are singing. Indian music, Bollywood songs, the old songs, the new songs, music of the 80s and 90s. And then gradually when we made the interchange into chutney, it was a huge interchange. I think Ravi made that that commitment, because that's where I saw the swerve and I saw the energy. I saw everything change because I think they brought the youth into it as well. I was trained to sing Indian music, Hindi words, Hindi lyrics. And when Chutney Soca came about, it was a mixture. You would have had, half chutney, English lyrics, and then half Bollywood, Hindi lyrics, a mixture of it. And, you had to intermingle. It was a marriage now. So we had to know both of them. I intermingled Hindi into Chutney Soca. I learned when I'm singing a Bollywood song now, I know what I'm singing. I know what the words mean. So when you know what your words mean, you can express yourself. Like you say, Deku, that's look. Or Awuna, come. Or Pagal, crazy. For example, I sang a song, Gunguru Tutke. It means my gunguru is broken. So I learned to dance classically. I learned to sing. I learned Hindi. The schools that I went to as well helped me a lot with Hindi, which Lakshmi Girls Hindu College. It was part of the program there. I had to learn Hindi. So, it helped me because now I understand what I sing, and it helps me on stage. I feel very, very proud because you know what? We visited countries like Spain, for example, where I felt intimidated to do a chutney show in Spain, and it was sold out. The crowd was not even Caribbean, but they wanted the music so badly. They were into the beats, they were into the music flavor, they were into the type of singing. They loved the way we dressed, they loved the way we danced, they loved everything. And it made me realize there's a huge, huge world out there for Chutney Soca music as well. Another place, South Africa. South Africa is very into Bollywood. They are very into Chutney Soca, and that's a market that's opening right now that a lot of people may not be aware, but it's open. And Chutney Soca has evolved to the point where, there's a lot of talk nowadays about remixing songs. And I think when you have something classical like that, and you take it, and you call it up a little bit, and you put it out there, generations to come would remember this music. It's a respect that we are paying to music we grew up knowing. It kind of refixed it to the new generation so that they would like what you do. They would like the modern touch, the modern flair. They would like the music, and they would say, "Oh, but that's old. I don't want to listen to that. Granny listen to that." If Ravi B. Nisha remixes something, they listen to it. We have a song right now on YouTube that has millions and millions of views, a couple of them, because it's remixed, as opposed to where I did a lot of original songs, and it didn't get the love from the people as the remixes. I think there's a lot of work still to be done with me. There's a lot of things I still intend to accomplish. And I say intend because I know I am not getting younger. But sometimes God puts you in places with His plan. And I don't know what's next for me. But whatever it is, I have things that I want to accomplish. And I intend to, as I said. And, my mother has said to me once, when it's your time, it's your time. And a main thing for artists is to always have, that big hit song, or that big tune that's gonna run you through seasons. And I have had the hits, I've had the songs, and I have had songs that I recorded 4 years ago that still runs me through. After Carnival, we tour throughout the whole year, and those songs are the ones that drive me through the year. I think being a mommy is the best part of my life. And what's crazy is that in my earlier days, I would not have seen myself as Mommy Nisha, because I was a crazy, fun-loving, prankster kind of person. And having a child has grounded me. My son is 9. He's an adult 9. He's very, very mature thinking. He's a mature thinker. And, he has helped me to be stronger, if that makes sense. In times that was difficult, I think parents do this. They think of their children and they derive strength from that. They derive strength of, I want to show my son this, or my daughter this, or my child this. I want to be a good example. And my son has kept me feeling like that. So he's given me a lot of strength, definitely. Right. Top 3 places I have performed. Oh my goodness, this is a hard one because I think everywhere I go, I make it my home. I love Guyana. I think Guyana is close to home, but the Guyana market is so amazing, and I love their food. It's the same with Suriname. And another place I love performing is Canada, Caribana. The energy is there, the people is there, the vibe is there, the food is there. I'm a foodie holic, by the way. But those would be my three top places. Open and not forgetting any. I'm Nisha B, and this is Panka. Panka dolai diola, sajani ji, panka dolai diola. Oh hamka, oh hamka, oh hamka, ghar mein bahut lagi balam ji, panka dolai diola. But